CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN.
Guys, the chicken is here. We're back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, do we have a shop offer? Nope, we just got our standard chests. Also, make sure you got the code chicken plugged into the shop. We're doing the giveaway in about a week's time. So, here it is, man. What a season! What a season! Now, we got up to legendary. We did it. We finally did it. And not only that, but we got up to legendary 19 out of 120. So I'm gonna go over everything. We'll talk about this season and things like that. So guys, make sure you subscribe. Season 23 is just around the corner, so we get a bit of a break. It's time to relax. It's time to, you know, do some fun stuff, and then we got to get back to on that Warships grind because it is coming. We also got crab and stuff next week, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, wow. So we did it. We hit legendary, and yeah, just what a season, man. What a season. One of the hardest seasons to start out. And, you know, it had its super grindy, super frustrating moments that Warships is kind of built around. That kind of make it is what it is. But when we get to the end here, it's just, man, it's just so gratifying because it was so much work. Look at the attacks that I had. Or sorry, yeah, look at the attacks that I had in the profile here. 953 attacks. That's the most attacks I've ever had in any season ever. And that's primarily because it took so many attacks to just simply collect chests at the beginning of the season. But yeah, so I don't know where we're at in terms of the global leaderboard. We're right behind Sugar in Canada, but I think I'm parked. I think I'm going to stay here. I'm going to watch the leaderboard. I don't know if we're going to be close enough to get to the top 500. I don't think we're going to because from what I've seen, here's what happened today. I hit legendary, and a lot of people just got to legendary and then parked, I feel like. So when I went from legendary rank 1 and 6 stars, I won a couple matches after that, and I went from like 365 to 200 on the global leader, like 15 star difference. So there's not a huge amount of stars separating the pack here. So I would not be surprised if this goes either way. I'm hoping that we got enough to call it, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and it's hard to say. 223 with 2 days left. There's gonna be a big surge at the end of the season. There always is, especially last season. There was a huge surge towards the end. But, yeah, Legendary does seem to be the cutoff right now for 500. And, I mean, yeah, if you go to the bottom, you know, that's only 20 stars. That's 2 games. So, I don't think we're going to be able to finish top 500 by parking here. But I'm still happy that we got to Legendary, and I think I'm going to call it here for the season. But, yeah. So, it's kind of that, like, it's kind of a weird moment in Warships when you get towards the end of the tech tree because it's like, you know, I want to say, like, here's what we did, and you guys should do this, but it's like if you're too far behind or, you know, maybe if you took a different path, you know, it's not really helpful. Like, I always try to base these videos around, like, you know, the next path or the next player, what you can do to improve and that kind of thing. But when we get, like, to this point, it's kind of like, you know, you're at where you're at, and you've got what you got, and you just got to make the most of it work. But I'm going to just show you guys what worked for me, what I did, and you guys let me know if you were on the same path, or if you took a different route and it ended up being better. Things like that, I'm always interested to see. I saw a lot of guys that had Kavan that were doing really well. I actually lost to a couple Kavan guys today. I actually lost to a guy that had Kavan, Barrage, and Super Warriors yesterday, and he had 6 engines. So he didn't have the building health, and he didn't have the troop damage, and he beat me. My attack kind of sucked, but that's, you know, few and far between. So the biggest thing today was Super Warriors, and then the biggest thing was Medkit. So I want to talk about the Super Warriors first and show you guys how to use them because they are absolutely unbelievably strong. Now, I don't want you guys to hear that and be like, well, why didn't you say to get them 5 days ago? It's because the building health and the troop damage, better to get that than to get the Super Warriors on their own. I'm just saying that to unlock the Super Warriors and get them, extremely helpful at that time. You know, today they provided a lot of effective tech, and they really helped out with my attacks. So I'm going to show you guys how we've been doing this. Now, basically, when we're looking at a base at 7 engines, here's what we were looking for. We're looking for 2 engines in an open spot that weren't really covered by that many things. So you see right here, we're able to use a Super Warrior. Now, I throw this guy out here because he's going to do 2 things. Well, he's actually going to do 3 things. He's going to slow down the rocket, he's going to kill the rocket, and then he's going to go down to that area that I want him to go to anyways, I think. Whatever. If he does, okay, no, he doesn't. But he does 2 out of those 3 things, which is great. It's very helpful. So you see right there. Now this was a different style of attack. Typically we're looking at clearing these 2 engines with the Super Warriors. That's right, 2 engines with the Super Warriors, seriously. And then just free clearing everything else with the Bombardiers. Now, I opted to go a different route this time. I used all the Super Warriors under here. And that allowed us to just kind of rush through the space. I mean, look at how much damage these guys are doing. And I'm just letting the Doom Cannon hit them. He's just, free clearing them. So yeah, let's speed it up a little bit here, so you get the idea of the attack. And then I flare them down. I kind of flare them to a spot, and then we're throwing those medkits on them, which is huge. And then we get not a perfect split, but we get them to split. And basically what that allows us to do is to clear that on the side, and then you can see the Super Warriors are clearing up the middle, and then we're able to kind of meet at the very end. So that was a very kind of sloppy attack, but it had everything in it that we needed. So I forget which one that was. Just give me a sec. Was that... Okay, this is a different one. So we'll show you guys this hit too. Now this one we went in... it's the same landing. Taunt, 2 choppers, bombers, delay drop them. But yeah, and that Super Warrior on that side rocket, that wasn't the play. That was not smart. But yeah, basically... I gotta find a good hit here that really explains what we're doing. So you see right there, the Super Warrior is able to take some of that stuff down. This one we just wanted to free clear. It was kind of a weird base because he had 3 engines in the back and 3 in the front and then 1 in the middle. That's not a typical base that you see. But it's still the same idea. We're still clearing what we can for free with Super Warriors. You see down there on the left side, we got all our bombers on the right. We got Super Warriors going on the other side. And then we simply flare to have them meet in the middle. I actually could have flared there a little bit earlier. Super Warriors, they're not going to respond to flares. Let's take a look at this one. This was my boss fight to get into Legendary. The compact bases, guys, they're not very strong right now. I would definitely advise against running them. You see, I literally just threw those Super Warriors up there, completely wasted them, and I still smoked this guy in over 2 minutes. So they're very easy with Bombardiers because we have so much gunboat energy. We have troop health, we have medkits. We have stuff to... We have stuff to make it very easy to use heavy choppers and bombers. So do not use a compact base. They're not good anymore. And let's see what else we got. This was 221. Yeah, we're hitting some killer attacks. This is the attack. Okay, here we go. We're at the end of the video. I finally found the attack that I wanted to show. Alright, so again, standard landing. Bullet, taunt on the mortars. I actually forgot to use taunt. I was hoping the grappler was going to grab bullet here. And then I was going to taunt all the defense on the way back. So it grabs them there. And then, yeah, then we get a taunt in there, which is nice. So the taunt's going to keep the grappler on bullet. So it basically just freezes the grappler. Now, you see what we do right here. This is what I wanted to show you, finally. So this is pretty typical. We typically see 2 engines in the corner. A couple boom cannons, some splash damage. Now, with Super Warriors, you can almost ignore all the splash damage. You ignore the splash damage. You got to be careful of boom mines, boom cannons, and cannons. Everything else you can basically ignore. They're gonna run right over it. So you see right here, we go, whoa, way up over the top. Now, what I did here was I actually threw out 5 Super Warriors on 1 boom cannon. Now, you have to remember, they're going to take it down very quickly because not only... can they take it down faster than it can take them down? They're going to slow it up because they have that freeze effect as well. And then those are just 2 free engines. I don't even have to worry about that side anymore. They're not going to be distracted by... They're not going to follow my flares. And then we can just get really aggressive with the Bombardiers here. And that's exactly what we do. So we let the Super Warriors there on that side. And then we're just simply using all of our gunboat energy to get those bombers safe. Get them up moving quickly, and then we're just going to do some Hail Mary flares right towards the end. You see we get them flaring on this side first to take that down, and then we're simply going to stop, pivot, and then take down the last one, and use our extra GB there, and we got a killer time. 221 on 70R is really, really fast. So, yeah, that's basically it. Here's the base that got us there. Now, I am going to leave the base up. I'm not going to pull it away just yet, just in case, because technically... Oh... I was going to say we're on a win streak. Well, we're not on a win streak, but... and also in Legendary tier, we don't get extra stars, I believe, for first win of the day. And we don't get extra stars for win streak. So I guess that doesn't matter at all. But yeah. Yeah, so that's it. That's the plan. That's where we're at. I'm going to hold steady. We're going to watch the leaderboard, guys. And see if... I don't know. Considering 500 is only 17 stars... behind us, I feel like there's like very little to no chance that we're gonna make the top 500 sitting here. But regardless, I'm happy that we finished in legendary. I'm happy with the season overall. I know it was a brutal start. It was the worst season to start with. You know, that's a fact. It was the worst season to start with. The worst tech, the worst. Oh man, it was just a nightmare. But we made it through, and I'm glad we did. And I hope that we were able to help you guys out on the way. Even you non-instant training guys, I hope you're able to you know, kind of follow along with our path, and hopefully that helped you out a little bit. But yeah, guys, the biggest thing I can say is join the Discord server. That's gonna plug you into the community. That's gonna get you sorted whenever you have you know, if you're having a bad season, just to, you know, stay up to date. I'm on there throughout the day, and the link to that is in the video description. And yeah, that's all I got for today. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is gonna wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out back.